So today we're gonna be looking at a video. What if World War III happens? Um, like a lot of people wanted you like to have the Asia Total War thing. Some people also wanted to have the World War III thing. So we're gonna do World War III this time. Well, we gotta have like the war starting with Russia and NATO, of course, 'cause like something Middle East happening, like it's likely just not gonna happen to. It's not gonna turn into a major world war. And like Taiwan is just gonna be the jumping of China, not a world war. So yeah. Um, let's just say that like, well, Russia of course you invade Ukraine. That's obvious because that happens in real life. I think it's just like okay. So Russia pushes into the. No, never mind. They already have it in real life. So Russia brings a lot more troops to the front line, and they're gonna push a little bit from the east, trying to go towards the capital. They are even gonna go from Belarus, and they're gonna follow the river. And they're sending a lot more troops than they are in real life. So like, don't say that I'm unrealistic, even though I am. It just like kind of have this to happen to evolve in World War III. So a division of Russia captured Kiev, and Ukraine is on a downfall trends. They capture like a lot of coast down here, a lot of lands. They kind of like follow the river a little bit, try to encircle. Yeah. So a Russian division from Belarus goes into Ukraine, trying to like capture Lviv, of course. But in the process, they go into Poland, and that's not too bad. That wouldn't probably not cause a world war, but problem is they shoot a couple people, and they thought they were Ukrainian. And then Poland says, "Yo, NATO, hello," and whole world, nah. Poland gets invaded by Russia. So yeah, I'll be getting back to you guys when I put all the NATO countries in. So see you then, guys. So I'm back. I did all the countries in NATO stuff. We will see World War happening, or like the jumping of Russia. So Belarus is stupid, and they are basically controlled by the Russian government, so they join Russia. CSTO and stuff, yeah, Russia says, it's now a military alliance. I don't care, it's defensive. Fuck it. So yeah, even Iran joins on that, and like Georgia joins the blue team. Previously, Syria would have joined on the red team, but they're still, they're kind of neutral right now. So Lebanon still joins, the Houthis join. Um, well, Israel is of course going to join on the side of America because they maybe want some lands from Lebanon. Also Azerbaijan, um, good friend of Turkey. Armenia would stay out of it definitely. And North Korea joins definitely the red team, and Mongolia. So Russia has a few allies, but not all. Like Iran and North Korea are the only strong ones. Um, let's continue the fighting though. So with Russia's impending doom almost there, Russia's gonna send a lot of troops into Ukraine, and they're gonna like take over a lot of the country. Yeah, blah 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 blah. They're gonna push into Poland a little bit. They're gonna do pretty horribly, except that they capture this gap between Poland and Lithuania. It's a pretty big weakness for NATO because the Baltics are now cut off land-wise. Um, like the sea still exists, but who cares that the sea exists? It's not real. So Finland does all the good stuff, and it's about January right now, so that's why Russia is doing good. That's also why Finland is doing good. So Finland and Russia, they love the winter. We know it. Georgia gets pushed into a little bit. Azerbaijan gets pushed into a little bit. even with Iran being there, so like they're not in a good spot. There's a lot of mountains here, so for now, no fronts, but like Turkish troops are going there. Um, Russia makes a spirit towards the capital and cut off Turkey from the rest of Azerbaijan. They maybe use Armenia a little bit for some like troops to like move around, but who knows? So Azerbaijan got unalived. Let's see where yeah, what a fuck, bro. Okay, so it's going good for Russia, just like not for a very long time though. Like Russia kind of gets stalemate in Poland right here. They kind of like push over to the sea, and that's it's kind of good, I guess. Um, the Baltics are very weak though. Like NATO has like a few troops here. Like the Baltics are very weak. So let's see what would have happened if other countries would have joined this war. So first of all, Burkina Faso would definitely join. Eritrea would definitely join. Libya would definitely join. Mali and like I think I don't know. Chad would probably be neutral. Yeah, they would definitely join because like they've some interesting leaders. Um, these guys would not join until like Russia gets here, so they yeah. Nicaragua joins, and then like let's just say this is before like the big Maduro thing. Let's just say the scenario is before that, so like they have a little bit more of a chance. Um, you know what? Let's make it in the ring. China joins the war. And that is gonna upset a lot of people here in East Asia. So yeah, jumping China. Yeah, that's the operation called. Operation Jumping China. So yeah. Yeah. Blippi-doppy-doo, shippy-doppy-doo. Yeah, I know this. I know India would not join. It's just like, eh, trust me, bro. Source, trust me. So South Korea is losing a little bit of land. No, South Korea is losing a little bit of land. They're doing still pretty good though against like number two and number whatever North Korea is. India invades a little bit here into Pakistan, and they invade a little bit up here. Pakistan has a lot of success in the middle though, going towards like Delhi and stuff. So here, they have a little bit of success. And then China kind of pushes in, like Pakistan, to protect their capital. Um, yeah, so there's Turkish troops. They're here. And if you didn't know something about Turkey, they are top 20 in the world, top 10 in the world. So, yeah, be careful, guys. NATO troops have arrived right now, so they push back a lot. They, Odessa and Lviv are not in danger anymore. They might gone through Moldova a little bit, and Russia doesn't like that, so they make their situation even worse. So yeah, W Russia, guys. Um, yeah, so Russia's getting demolished in Ukraine. They're almost all the way pushed back to the rivers. Um, Sweden, Norway, UK, France, they all make a naval landing right here. Um, Poland goes towards Kaliningrad. It's the offensive eventually dies out though. Um, Italy is actually trying to get their old colonies back, you know? Italy likes their old colonies, apparently. And Libya is fractured, so Yeah, okay, that's done. Um, so Vietnam kind of like blitzes through Southeast Asia. Like these guys are very, very weak until like Chinese reinforcements come. They like, yeah, I don't want to say it. So the Chinese are having a lot of success. I don't know why they joined this war. I don't know why they would do such a stupid thing. They joined and they're part of this now. Um, let's look what USA has been doing behind the back. Mmm, yeah, that is very oh, oh, Iraq 2.0. Yeah, okay, bro. USA, bro. I know you love Iraq and like stealing their shit, like, bro. Just don't do it. So, a lot of American and Saudi troops go into Yemen and they unalive them. They also a lot of Israeli, Jordan, and American and Saudi troops push into Iraq a little bit. This is not good for the red team since you didn't think you had a frontier, but now you have. Turkey even was on this plan, so they push into northern Iraq because they want the Kurdish like population so they can like genocide them. Yeah, sure. Um, India's kind of stalemated right now, and other stuff like China's gonna be stalemated probably for the most part. Russia is gonna be dying because Kiev just got recaptured. They got entirely pushed back to the river, and they even start to cross that river when they sent elite forces down to capture the major city of Mariupol. This is a big, big blow for the Russians since they lost one of the major cities that was like protecting this like corridor or stuff. And now uh, Crimea is cut off from Russia. I know there's a Crimean bridge, but that probably got blown up like 20 times by NATO, so. Hmm. Okay. Yep, yep, okay. So, Russia is, I can just say they're not in a good spot. Like, their southern coast is just completely, like, getting cooked by just Turkey's navy, and then, like, whatever these two have, and then the rest of Ukraine. Um, Land army wise, Russia's cooked because these five are working together, and these five can definitely, like, mess you up a little bit. And then you have Poland, then you have Ukraine, then you have Spain. They have some USA troops and all of the maple syrup people all at you. So like, you don't stand a chance, Russia. Like the maple syrup guys and their war crimes, they're doing again. They're doing war crimes again. Um. Okay, so it takes 6 hours for Venezuela, for Maduro to get captured in Venezuela to surrender. What the fuck again, bro? Okay. No, that would not happen actually. I'm pretty sure like, you know, I got one ET, I got one guy from Ethiopia that lives in Norway. He wouldn't like this. Yeah, he definitely likes this, bro. A little bit of payback for you allies into Egypt, Eritrea. Um, Iran is getting absolutely obliterated. Like Saudi Arabia and Turkey are like, they're already strong. Like Saudi Arabia and Iran in 1v1, that would be fair. Turkey with that is not fair because Turkey is hell strong. Um, their navy just captured the Crimea and stuff. Poland is doing good stuff, very good stuff. They even are able to push back to the border of Kaliningrad, and the landing from the Swedes, Norwegians, British, and French are also doing a lot of stuff. They come near to Vilnius. Their big battle happens, ends in a blue team victory, and they push into Belarus from there, from here, from here. It's kind of to like go to Minsk from 3 different angles, so it's kind of. And they also want to like encircle this, so a lot of Russian troops here. Um, Georgia is getting massively invaded again. So yeah, Russia sends a lot of the troops there, and Russia also is gonna do their best to recapture Crimea. They're gonna do it pretty well, except not Sevastopol. They're gonna push back pretty hardly. They're just not gonna like get what they wanted. With this offensive, they wanted like all of this. Their military is just not built like that. Um, it's now January. No, never mind. It's now March, and Finland is dying a little bit. Like, you shouldn't have done this war in the winter, Russia. You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't. Finland is a little bit like Finland is a little bit invaded, but like this is happening. You're just getting abolished by the Swedes, and maple syrup people, and fucking like Norwegians, the Vikings. The Vikings are after you, and then their old colonies in Newfoundland and Labrador. Um, just kidding, guys. Poland and Germany make a side quest and going into Kaliningrad. They are able to push towards Lithuania and cut them off from Russia. They are not able to take the ports though in the major city of Kaliningrad. Um, Poland and like the whole western of Europe, they just push further and further. Russia's really getting cooked. USA troops have now arrived on the front line, and they are kind of like pushing back a little into North Korea. Um, India is still focusing on Pakistan, and they don't give a fucking shit about what's happening here in the East. Like, there's a lot of mountains here, so they think they will be fine. They actually are fine, so they're massively pushing towards Pakistan, though. India is having major success here in the East, and they are doing a lot of good stuff. They're nearing to Islamabad, and are even like kind of encircling this city a little bit. This makes the city in danger, and Pakistan is telling their people to leave the city before you get captured by the terrorists. Yeah, India's a terrorist nation, apparently. That's how the Pakistanis see it. Well, the Pakistani government. India pushed up to this river, and China's not sending any help to Pakistan. They're only focusing on South Korea and East India. And when that help from like first it was only North Korea, then it was North Korea versus USA and South Korea. Now it's China and North Korea versus USA and South Korea and a little bit of and Japan, of course, but they're trying to hold out this massive navy. Um, Taiwan got split into two, and India is still having major success over here in the West. And with a lot of Aussies, Filipinos, and American troops going to Vietnam, they are able to push up through the country and near Hanoi. They are they are going through secrets through Thailand. They're able to capture the capital of Laos, and they are very near to the Chinese border, like a couple hundred kilometers away. Not hundreds, a couple kilometers. Um, India is having a big battle at at this river with this major city. It's one of the bloodiest battles in this war. It takes India around 500,000 casualties to take it. Not okay, that's a little bit of a stretch. It takes India around like 90,000 casualties to take it, and Pakistan to defend like 100,000 to defend it. India takes it though, and they are very near to their major city of Karachi. Karachi is actually a pretty important city. It's a pretty big city. There's like a lot of population, and it's kind of like Pakistan major port into the Indian Ocean. Um, One thing though, they don't have plot. No, I'm kidding. India is just a little bit stronger than them. Like Pakistan would not fall this quickly, and it would definitely not lose his match land. It's just I've been recording for 20 minutes and I do not have that much time left. So gonna have to pace this up a little bit. Um, yeah, the USA is back. Like we could all agree that the blue team would win this war. Um, red team is losing. Like especially Russia. Like you would think that Iran is doing like bad, but Russia is actually the one doing bad. They just got pushed back a lot. You know why? USA is holding a defensive front over here, and they're not sending any troops to India or Vietnam anymore, or even Taiwan. They're fully focusing on Russia. And when you got like 80% of the USA military against you, Russia, like USA has already beat you like 2 times in a war. Europe can beat you like 2 times ago, I think. So it's like 4 versus 1. Like NATO has technology, they have more troops. Finland's like their generals of February, December, January, and February are back again. Um, it's just bad. Like they capture Moscow. Like some Chinese troops do arrive, and they are really helpful against NATO. They are just outclassed by their technology and stuff. So with like a lot of the Southern Balkans, they want to like do a major offensive to Volgograd. I'm getting flashbacks from then World War II Germany was. This is basically like World War II Germany, but like 60 million times stronger. Like they just spearhead to Volgograd and they captured in a month. Germany tried for 2 years and it didn't even work, but they just took it in a month. Defensive front over here because they're focusing on Iran and Saudi Arabia and USA is doing pretty good. Um, they take Rostov in a couple of weeks. They are just like blitzing through Russia. They even are able to manage to reach Kazakhstan, and now it's like really getting bad for Russia because they reached Kazakhstan, and Kazakhstan is not a strong country, so they could just like do this, like go to the coast and just cut them off from each other. And if that happens, people could like push like get some troops back from here and invade this. And then Russia is very cooked, because like very important oil fields during World War II. I know they get most of their oil from Siberia now, but still it's oil, and you kind of need that right now since you're losing pretty bad. Um, so yeah, uh, the Poles just captured. Well, no, a division, ironically enough, of the Swedes, Germans, French, Polish, and Turkish, ironically enough, captured Moscow. And if you know about something about these countries, they either controlled Moscow for a little bit, or they came very, very close to Moscow. So yeah, Russia is basically just on a downward trend. Putin got captured and killed. He took potion. Um, Other leaders are long gone. Kim Jong-un woke up today and found a bullet in his head. So that's not so good if you're the red team. Um, so with a lot of American troops here now, since Russia is kind of dying. Um, yeah, already then. Um, Russia is basically like these last cities. And they capture one of them. Um, Iran is basically gonna say, yo, if you let us live, we can be like democratic and stuff. That's not actually Iran that does it, it's actually Pakistan. They make a separate peace with India, and India just like gets into this river, not a major city, but they get this, and India gets like this. So yeah, India is happy with that. Like, I'm not gonna give them their Kashmir claims because that's very close to the capital. I'm not gonna give them all the land they have because they're kind of losing in the east. So with that now, India can fully focus on China, and you don't want that because, well, India is a strong country if you didn't know. A lot of capability there. Yeah, okay, some freedom bombs happens, and Iran is just dead. It was about to happen. Like, America just likes freedom bombs. Uh, so yeah, India pushes back majorly. They might use Bangladesh to like for military. Actually, something interesting they do. They go to the civil war in Myanmar, and they just do that. They just like occupy this northern thing to like invade China from. A lot of people in the world and in the United Nations, even on the blue team and even like neutral, not even on the red team, um, are mad at India for doing this. Since Myanmar, even though they're fractured in a civil war, they are still a recognized nation around the world and just like occupying their territory. Is the UN gonna do anything though? Probably not because this happened, like the Ukraine war and stuff. Yeah, so and also the genociding from Israel and Palestine that's also happening. So UN is probably gonna do nothing. Like it's a useless organization anyway. India is doing surprisingly well, better than everyone has expected. Um, yeah, I don't know who might be supplying the blue team, guys. Definitely South America. Like it's not that much supplies, still supplies though. Um, USA Navy here, Chinese Navy gone. Good explanation, right, guys? Um, USA is just focusing on the north, and then India and the south. It's kind of cooked. Um, China just says, "Yo, good luck. You guys can finish Russia. We quit. We lost pretty bad." So now it's Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Mali and Burkina Faso. Oh, and Mongolia. So let's see what would have. Okay. Um. Yeah, Russia might be cooked, guys. Yep. 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 Yeah, the Chinese were only like letting the Russians live. Um. So the red team loses, and it was not pretty. It was pretty bad, and the Russians didn't stand a chance, like low key. Um. I should probably do a peace treaty, and I'm gonna do that definitely. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye. So as you can see at this peace treaty, a lot happens. Like you can kind of see the old like teams here. So let's going from west to east. Nicaragua gets a new government, and Colombia takes a little bit of land. Guyana takes a little bit of land. Venezuela gets new government. These guys leave the war unscathed. Libya gets a new government. If you go to Eastern Europe, oh, I forgot to remove a line. Kaliningrad gets split up between Lithuania and Poland. Poland gets a little bit of land out of Belarus, and so does Lithuania, so does Latvia. Latvia and Estonia take a little bit of land out of Russia. Um, Belarus and Russia are pretty crippled from the war because massive war operations, so they were probably united together. Ukraine got a lot of land from Belarus, Russia, yeah, stuff. Also got Crimea finally back. Um, Georgia got a lot of lands. Azerbaijan got a lot of land for like their size. So you got a decent amount of land. It looks ugly though. You should probably invade Serbia. No, I'm kidding. Um, Saudi Arabia got a decent amount of land. Jordan got a little of land. Uh, Israel annexes Lebanon. Uh, Saudi Arabia kind of does this weird thing because they want to like. Oh wait, I forgot. I totally forgot about Ethiopia. Yeah, that's better. Um, this is the place where the Houthis is, so this is now like a Saudi Arabian puppets to like control a little bit better, so no rebellion starts popping up with terrorists. So this is a puppet of Saudi Arabia, and this is just what they annexed. Otherwise, they would have annexed all of it. As we could see, India just took a little bit of land, like right here, like I said. Um, India took a lot of land here, and we actually see that this small corridor that was happening between the war, um, they did not give that back. So that's pretty interesting. So a lot of people are mad, and this probably makes another war with China, possibly. And I don't know if the West would support you in that, so be careful, India. Also, Vietnam gets like French Indochina and a little bit of land off China. Taiwan gets their independence, and North and South Korea just unite into South Korea, and just the name is North Korea. Um, and Japan, of course, gets their precious islands back. Of course, yeah. Oh yeah, and Finland got all the land. So this is a fun scenario for me. It's not realistic. I know India would not join. I know Pakistan would not join. I know China definitely would not join. I know it's very unlikely to even have a world war because Russia doesn't have the balls to start it. Um, so yeah, I just try my best to have it like the most fun scenario. It's not supposed to be realistic, so I hope you guys had fun. It was pretty fun recording for me. So see you guys in another video and bye. Please like and subscribe.